it's me, Andres. I teleported here quickly. Yesterday we finished the Enduro Rally 24, which was fantastic. I even have some slight souvenirs as proof. And today I'm already in Portugal. I had to leave home at 5 in the morning, and by 12 o'clock I had already landed here. And interestingly, there will be two really cool premieres, not just one. The first is the BMW R1250 GS, a motorcycle that many people around the world consider the best machine ever built by man, not just for touring but in general. Check it out. And the second is something I can't show you because that's exactly what I'm recording with right now. It's the GoPro Hero 7 Black Edition, which is also a premiere from just a few days ago. Apparently the camera no longer needs a gimbal, so now I'm holding it in my hand and I'll be playing around with it throughout the whole trip. So you can expect quite a lot of video. I know it also has a live option. Maybe I'll manage to figure it out and do something for you. So two cool premieres. A motorcycle that's worth testing and a camera that we'll see if it can handle the task. See you. We've just finished the presentation of the R1250 GS, and I learned quite a lot of things, and the topics are actually pretty interesting. All right, let's move on to the most important thing, which is the engine. Let's see. Hey, we can't have the lights go out on us. No, that can't happen. Oh, there it is. This is the engine. This is the power curve, which I'll talk about in a moment. This is the power, but how does it work on the graph? The point is, we have a new ShiftCam system. ShiftCam is a system that changes the way the intake valves open. So if we're riding at low revs, not just at low revs, but also not giving it much throttle then, at that moment the valves open a little less. And at that moment, oh, sorry, I can't rev it up because the engine is worn out. If we give it a lot of throttle or exceed 5,000 RPM, the camshaft shifts. It shifts in such a way that there's a little servo motor here, or whatever you want to call it, and there are these pins underneath. Basically, one pin comes out. As it rotates, the one gear moves the camshaft, and the valves open less at lower RPMs or when you gently press the gas. But when you go full throttle, a second pin comes out, and after rotating, the mechanism switches over, and the different cam lobe operates the valves. At first, I thought it would be something like VTEC, but no, it's something completely different, and I like that. The engineer said something like Valvetronic in cars, but it had to be completely redesigned from scratch. Because a system from cars just wouldn't work in a motorcycle, since here it's about a more sporty ride and completely different performance. And that's it. Honestly, I have to say, I really like the system. I'm really curious, because not only does it give us better, smoother power delivery, but it also reduces fuel consumption. And something I haven't mentioned yet, which is the most important, the engine displacement has increased from 1,170 to 1,254. Thanks to this, we have an increase in power to 136 horsepower from 125, and torque of 147 Newton meters from this engine. Oh, look, here you can see the valves, and here you can see the camshaft. So one pin comes out, now it moves. Did this one move too? Number? Well, this is just a demonstration engine, that's all. So I'm really curious. Apparently the change is supposed to be completely unnoticeable. Also, this is part load, which is the mode when the valves operate less. The intake valve opens less. And as you can see, from 1,000 RPM up to a certain torque demand, it runs on this first stage. But if you step on the gas 7 at the lowest RPMs, if you step on the gas and need the most torque, look, from 1,000 RPM, 100 Newton meters are already available. So here it already switches over and runs with the valves fully open. And after exceeding 5,000 RPM, which as you can see, is roughly 130 kilometers per hour in 6th gear, it operates continuously at maximum valve opening. Pretty interesting stuff, right? I really like it. Besides that, the R1250 RD is also presented, which has semi-active suspension and various gadgets, but tomorrow we're only riding GS models, so let's stick to that. Visually, when it comes to the plastics, nothing has changed. There's a bit of a mix-up with the colors, and the versions of these machines are simply set. This is the exclusive version with aluminum wheels. Here we'll be able to choose various little gadgets. It comes standard with a passenger seat and similar features. What's interesting is that we get this display, which used to be an option. Now we get it as standard. And what I noticed right away is that the calipers are no longer Brembo, but BMW, although in reality they're made by Hayes. Exactly. A brand that mainly makes brake calipers and complete sets for bicycles. An American brand, but this is a much more interesting motorcycle because this is the HP version, which replaces the rally version, and it comes standard with a low single seat. Of course, it has spoked wheels. Look at these cool gadgets, but I'll talk about them in a moment. A lower windshield, and importantly, this motorcycle will be available with a race suspension, just like the rally version had. So race suspension and stiffer springs. So this one is more off-road oriented, and that one is more for touring. Oh, and these are the things the guys were talking about today. And I have to say, I'm kind of excited because this is equipped with the special equipment package, which basically means BMW doesn't want to give ground to aftermarket parts manufacturers and decided to make their own gadgets. Just look at it. It's really a beautiful thing. It's quickly machined from aluminum. As you can see, it even got a bit of a knock here. This part is made of some kind of plastic, some kind of ertalon, and it's replaceable. So if you lay the bike down often off-road, you can just swap it out. And honestly, it's really well made. It's nice. And what's important is that you don't have to buy the motorcycle first and then get this later. You can order it with this right from the start. So it's like model building fun right from the start. Oh, and I like this too. I've actually never seen this before. Maybe you guys have seen it, or maybe not. Let me figure out what this is about. Hold on, I need to put the GoPro in my mouth to show you. Do you get what I mean? So we have a regular rubber foot peg, which is mounted on vibration dampers. And when you go off-road and stand up on the pegs, the rubber lowers. You just get grip from the aluminum foot peg with teeth. That's a cool thing, right? Very clever. Here we have an Akrapovic with a strange shape, but still it's an Akra. You'll probably watch this in the morning while I'm out riding, so keep an eye on Instagram. I'll try to post some Insta stories there about what's happening in the video. Everything about the world of motorcycles. See you for now.